So this is episode 4 of my road to Journeyman. So today I started off getting my no hub. So I basically grabbed this PVC fitting, get that coupling to get it with PVC to cast iron, and then just get it level. And then right here I get my 2-inch pipe, and I have to get it within the walls, and you can kind of see that it's sticking out, so it's just not going to fly. So I have to go all the way to Connex and get a 90 that I actually forgot, and then just walk back with that 190. And then for those of you that don't know, that's actually how you cut cast iron. It's just a really big nuisance. And then I just like to take everything out of like the main passage that everyone's just gonna walk, just so no one trips. And then right here you can kind of see that 16s were installed to move the cast iron to the side to make way, so it wouldn't hit those brackets that are in place. And then since I didn't have anyone with me, I used what I had. So I used the danger tape initially to hold the cast iron in place while I was getting ready to tie in the bracket. And then if you go back, you'll see that there's like a portion of the bracket that was sticking out of the wall, because sheetrock people come in and install stuff over top of like what we have. We can't have anything poking out, so I had to go back and cut that with the bandsaw and then reinstall it, and that's why I had a screw going into the side. And then right here I'm installing that 90 that I have to go all the way to the Connex and get. And then in between just the work day, I had to move some stuff. So this is me just loading up everything and getting in the skid steer and then taking it to the Connex. It's a bit of a walk, and then with that it's kind of heavy and just really a big nuisance to just walk around with. So I just use the skid steer and then I just pop it in the back. Honestly, skid steers are like the coolest thing in the world. At least to me personally, I had like a huge smile on my face like the first time I ever got to use one. It's definitely pretty awesome in my opinion. And then right here, for the work that I had done, I actually needed to put like a control box around it. So I just grabbed some of the framing guys material and just cut it to size and get what I need. So for those of you that might consider plumbing or thinking about plumbing, there's like a lot more extra stuff that you might not think is entailed with plumbing. So definitely like keep an open mind. You may be doing a little bit more than you initially might have thought. And right here, this is just a better view of where I was working and like where the control panel is trying to go. For the P-trap adapter, there's like a little circle in the P-trap adapter, and it had to be like 6 1/4 from the center, like top to bottom. So I was just measuring it out and trying to get it so you could actually grab the handle. And then here, I had to use a different material for a different portion of the box because the original framing material just didn't work. So I had to grab another piece of scrap metal and get it into place. And this next project, I kind of had like a lot more difficulty figuring out. It was the RPC. You're gonna see it in just a little. I'm just putting a bracket to get it in place, but I had the hardest time with that. I actually still seeing one of the scenes that the solder actually comes apart when I'm heating it up, and I get really frustrated. I had a level on there to hold it in place. I guess the magnets weren't strong enough and it just didn't work. And then I came into this where it just wasn't working. It just wasn't being level. It wouldn't like stay straight. It was slanted. It just didn't look good. It just didn't look professional, and it was just really frustrating because I just didn't know how to solve the problem that I had. So So for those of you that don't know, in RPC, I kind of learned that today, is mainly just meant for backflow of water. So since there's going to be a mop sink in that area, we wouldn't want those like chemicals going back into like the main water line. I asked if I could just put a check valve, but it doesn't serve the same purpose or does do it as well for chemicals, so I was stuck doing the RPC. And this took considerably longer than I ever would have thought, and definitely burned me out for the day. But thankfully, with a little bit of help from asking around, I was able to get it done, and you'll see that right here. And then after this, I put in some cast iron, and then that's what I was working on up until the end of the day. Unfortunately for me, I was the 4th off, and that's gonna be an issue tomorrow. But I was, like I said, pretty burned out, but that was the day for me. I appreciate y'all watching. If you can, please subscribe and like the video. Appreciate y'all.